this rock I will build my church. But there's another kind of people called the gates of hell. He says they will not prevail against this church. So as far as the sons of men, you know why we meet every Friday? You know why? No matter how busy I am, Anagkazo must still hold. You know why sometimes I will delegate the meeting for somebody else to take it, just so that it must hold? It's because we have built a routine. And routine is sustained by consistency. What it means is that even me now, no matter how busy I become, no matter how engaged I am put under pressure because I know that God is counting on me to bring fresh word for his people. I cannot be careless with my own life because the routine also holds me accountable. Do you think it's every day you feel like praying? Every day you feel like studying the word? Your future is inside your routine. Tomorrow is in your routine. Your tomorrow is inside that routine you are doing. You'll be doing it daily. You'll be doing it daily, doing it daily. Before you know it, somebody will wake up one day uninformed and say, "Kai, some people are just lucky." That has been your practice for many years. You know what David's routine is? Every day he carries the sheep into the wilderness. All the elderly ones that are better prepared for danger, they were resting at home. While he was in the wilderness, a bear will charge at him. God will not slay the bear. God will teach his finger to war. Then he will use whatever is at his disposal. Because as at that time, a Fulani did not plan that he was going to war. So the only thing he can concoct quickly, he found a stone and a sling. And he quickly deployed it as a weapon. And God was teaching this guy. Another day, when they help him to tame the fury of a bear, they say, let's bring the king of that ecosystem. Let's see whether he can overcome it. A lion will charge. You know, Samson actually killed a lion. But we knew that he killed the lion by divine enablement. Because there was a supernatural factor that comes upon him. You know what David killed a lion through? Rehearsal. A lion charged at him. And the lion took one of the kid. He took one of the kid. He took it in his mouth. David pursued the lion, killed the lion, removed the kid from the lion's mouth. He entered a typology of the Messiah inside that story. When God watches that, he is impressed. He said, who is this that began to show a taste of what the Messiah will do? He put his life at stake for one small kid. A day will come. A major challenge will come out in a generation. And that same young man who has been turning that sling, nobody saw. On that fateful day, while he was turning the sling, Goliath felt mocked. He says, am I the one you are coming before like I'm a dog? Because such weapons, such apparatus are supposed to be used for lower lives that don't really understand the real things that causes damage in war. And Goliath came with a spear, with a sword. Hi! You know, there is one picture I saw. David looked like he was by the ankle of Goliath. And Goliath casted a shadow on him. Goliath blocked the sun. As Goliath stood like this, his back covered the sun. So a shade. It was a big lump of a man. Guess what? He didn't use a sword. He used the same old weapon. His routine. Your destiny is inside your routine. If you don't have a routine, you don't have any destiny. What must you do now if you are writing? What must you do on a daily basis that will bring you closer and closer to your desired end? I'm not the one to tell you. You are the one that know what God told you about your destiny. What must you do daily that will continue to sharpen your skill? That will continue to prepare you for what God told you he will do through your life. Some of you have seen yourself speaking to thousands of people. By this time, you ought to be reading books on public speaking. You ought to be reading books on communication. You ought to be applying many principles that people who have gone ahead of you are ready to discuss with you. But no. You know, there are too many people that will see glorious destiny with their eyes, but their feet will never enter there, because they are not willing to put in the diligence, to put those routines that can bring them there. What I'm telling you is that once upon a time, it will look like a rehearsal only you is doing. But in the nearest future, it will become your stage of announcement. Make sure that every day something is intentionally being done in your life, preparing you for what God told you about. We are going to shake the nations. You have gone for one whole day, no fasting, no prayer, no study of the word, nothing, no meditation, no intentionally listening to a message. And time is going. One day will turn to 1 week. 1 week becomes a month. 1 month turns to a year. You turn your back, you have lost 20 years. Because you are just being flexible. Every day is flexibility. You will need to become more intentional about your use of day. You will arrest your time. A student that has a reading culture as his routine every day, he knows by 9 p.m. to 12, I will be in class. He is ultimately going to outperform that other student that reads by inspiration, how he feels. Reads by emotion. He just wakes up one day and buy Coke and Nescafe and shake it and say TDB. The next time the class will see him is after 2 weeks again. He wakes up again and say, oh boy, man need to read now. Then you will now realize there's somebody that goes every day. Every day he goes. Later they will look at him and say bookworm. They'll look at him, they'll say brain box. All these funny names they are giving you is that they are jealous of your routine. Your routine is reminding them that you are failing, you are failing. You are failing gradually. And a man can be failing and he knows. He knows he's failing, but he just needs more people to join him so that they can form an association. You want to watch film when you are supposed to be reading. But the reason why, as you are watching it, you will now be feeling like, but just look at your life. Look at your life. Is this why you are here? Then, as that voice wants to bring you to a place of repentance, one of your friends will now come and say, oh boy, this film tough. That the voice has, I beg, leave me, I beg. Now, association continues to strengthen the cord of failure. Then you will now have a large group of Kaduna State Association of Failures. They meet and they gist. They say, oh boy, this life, what do you even do this life, self? If you get money, you go die, live and stew. Now them. You listen, let me tell you something, listen. Reject and avoid anybody that has an aura to make you settle. Settle into a situation of, bankruptcy to make you. There are young men here who have already retired. They are retirees now. You are 25 years, you have given up in life. You just wake up and the first thing is hissing. You hiss when you wake up. You have given up. The only thing you are waiting now is, I can't kill myself so that I will not go to hell. But when will this thing end? People are laughing about something funny that happened. They say, what is funny about this? They're so bitter. Every is negative. You need to begin to observe the energy around people. There are people, if they spend 5 minutes with you, a sense of worthlessness will settle upon you. You will begin to feel like you are worthless. You begin to feel like your life has no meaning. It will be wisdom to identify them and weed them out like weed. If they call your line, say, you know if you see me. I'm sharing the things I'm sharing with you out of a place of experience. There are people that sit with you and the spirits that have chained them, they will have access to talk to you briefly. Just because you allow them into your space. There are people that always want you to feel like you are over sabi. They say you are ajayi. Because they say, you rest now. You know what? Because your action, your routine is reminding them that you are failing. You are failing. They see you woke up and you first prayed. As you are praying, they first start hissing and say, people know if you sleep. From the beginning, your routine. And why you are praying is not because you enjoy it. It's because you have bound yourself to a routine that every morning by this time, the heavens must hear my voice. Then they wake up later. You know, there are people that sleep and wake up still feeling tired. Defeated already. They just wake up and do. The kind back pain what they feel right now, man. I know, I just want to eat something, sleep. Mark them quickly. Then they see you. You carry a novel, carry a book with a jotter. You are reading, jotting down principles. They come and say, oh boy, you still there, they read this thing. We have had many roommates. Some of us have had neighbors. You are paying the price to call the attention of favor from God. You are going to church and praying for your destiny while you are a student like them. When you are coming back, they were sitting, gisting since, and they saw you. Guilt entered their heart. Out of that guilt, they decide to mock you. Mark them and avoid them. When people know that they cannot draw you into their space, they begin to criticize and condemn and mock you. And when you see the mockery coming back to back, cut off that association. Cut it off. You are not the same. Your routine is differentiating you already. Keep two people sitting here side by side. Return after 10 years. Their routine will differentiate them. Let them start sitting here at the front. Routine will take somebody to the back there. Actually, your routine can not only promote you, your routine can also demote you. You can be doing things that will make your life worse than what your yesterday was. That people will see you today and start crying and say, it would have been better that we saw you the way you were yesterday. There are people that go and mark register every day in the beer parlor. What you are doing to your liver today, you don't know yet. There are people that are living wayward lifestyles. They think that they are players. The kind of STDs and XTIs you are exposing your body to, you don't know yet. And iniquity can become a routine. This is what an addiction is. Because even Satan insists that your practices must be by routine. When an addiction, a besetting sin, lay hold on your soul, it makes that you practice it like a routine. You must comply. You cannot, how can you be doing it when you feel? No. Okay, get up. You have not masturbated today. People are woken up from sleep to masturbate. A spirit will blow a horn and say, arise! Then the brother will feel like he got up to ease himself. It's a lie. A spirit said, where are you? We have not seen you. Hey, as you go, you mark register. They say you are growing. You are growing. You are growing. There are many ungodly routines in our life. If you are here and you want to overcome an addiction, you want to overcome a besetting sin, the only way is to use another routine. Because what is in your life is already a routine. And you cannot now overcome it by just abstaining or withdrawing from it. There is a vacant time that nothing is occupying. You must put something in that time. A routine must cover another routine. The reason why I have a sense of security about tomorrow is not because I've seen it. It's because of what I'm doing today. And it's because of what I know my mates and many of my contemporaries are not doing. So I know we cannot be the same. There's already a smile inside my heart when I see the way people are just joking with their destiny. I know that the competition will not be much in tomorrow.